I keep meeting marketers that want to let me know they know ball and be like, yeah, we actually run holdouts for our clients. And they kind of show me like a Google sheet where they're doing a test minus control. And they're like, yeah, this is how we do holdouts. And I'm like, that's like it's not right. I wanted to make this video explaining why it's so important if you're going to do holdouts to do them properly. First, let's say an IROAS, an incremental return on ad spend, is 2x. Oftentimes, it is not actually 2x. Anything in statistics is on a confidence band, right? So the 2x is usually the mean, and there's a confidence band above and below that. True incremental return is somewhere on that band. The issue is sometimes those bands are incredibly wide. So if there's like a 2x IROAS, I've seen bands from like -8 to +10, which basically tell you nothing. There's a few things I wanted to cover in this video to make sure you guys who are doing holdout studies yourself are at least doing them properly. Number one, using the right causal model. A lot of people have found an open source model called BSTS, or Bayesian Structural Time Series, and they'll run every data set through a BSTS model. I've seen entire agencies run all of their clients' data through BSTS and just report the results. It's not a one-size-fits-all model. You should really either custom build the model to the data set or pick a model depending on the client's use case. The second thing is building weighted synthetic controls. You're not just comparing test minus control, you're comparing test minus a weighted synthetic control, basically an aggregate of the control regions that increase the correlation between test and control markets. Number three is to check the validity metrics. So there's validity metrics I like to use, like MAPE, mean absolute percentage error. It tells you how far off your prediction was from actual. R squared, which tells you how well the model can explain the variance in the data. And then three, statistical significance. Statistical significance ultimately means you just rejected the null hypothesis. And if we remember what the null hypothesis is, it's just that the effect is 0. So a 99% stat sig just means there's a 1% chance that this data is a fluke. Number four, the fourth thing to look at for a holdout study is your confidence band. So that IROAS presented, you want to see the upper and lower confidence bands to understand where the true IROAS could lay. A lot of times when I'm working with clients, I suggest using the lower end estimate because it's the more conservative approach when we're looking at budget allocation. And finally, number five is looking at the total impact trend. Most incrementality studies or models show a total impact trend, either up or down. And what you want to see is a clear trend in one direction, either up or down. And the last thing I wanted to mention is my platform Stella just released a free tier. So you can do proper holdout within Stella completely free, so you no longer have an excuse to be using Google Sheets for your holdout studies.